quote goodies that the federal government have been given to the Indian people. And so on one hand, other people are saying you folks are nothing but sellouts. And the other people are saying you are being totally unrealistic because we cannot be an independent nation, and don't call us a sellout. And as a result, you divide the nation. A new thinking is coming in, and part of that belongs to an organization, not belongs to, but is being pushed by an organization, and I call it the Hawaii National Transitional Authority. And essentially what I'm saying is stop it already. Abraham Lincoln, a kupuna, an elder, although of a different nation, he said something very wise, and wisdom can penetrate through races and countries. He said a nation divided against itself cannot stand. And until we stop this bickering, until we unite, the heart and soul of the nation cannot exist. What we are doing is we are killing the aloha, we are killing the identity, we are killing the commonality that makes us Hawaiian on this stupid issue of should it be independence or federal recognition. Why do we let a two-letter word, or, be a separator? Pull that out. Use the word and. We can do many, many things until we finally get to our final goal. It's and. We are an inclusive people, not an exclusive people. And how do we define who we are? We look at our deep culture. Previously, I tried to talk about that deep culture. But in Hawaii, we have two major cultures floating through Hawaii. One is based on the concept of domination, individualism, and exclusion, DIE. It runs our economic system, our military system, our social system, our environmental system, our education system, under those three principles, DIE. And it's killing our society. And yet, our informal system, instead of domination, it's kindness, it's olu olu. Instead of individualism, it's thinking for the group. We call it lokahi in Hawaii. Instead of exclusion, it's always aloha. OLA, that's our word for ola, life, health. We have to start penetrating through the systems, the society, and ask ourselves, how do we define or redefine what our society needs to be, and how do we build from that? And as long as we have an Americanized constitution based on American history, and those people at the Supreme Court telling us what is right and what is wrong, we'll never get to Ola. We have to have enough faith and understanding who we are. What is our cultural roots? That is the foundation to the building of a nation. Once you hit that cultural roots, then you start building your legal arguments, your economic arguments, and all of these things. But it has to be first based on who are you. You had a question.
Well, I was going to say that the Kingdom of Hawaii had something like at least 3 constitutions between 1819 and 1893.
I would.
They also had a high court system. They had a lot of Western, if you will. The whole government was Western from top to bottom.
Yes, that's one way of seeing it. And the question was that the Kingdom of Hawaii had at least 3 constitutions, and that it followed a very Western approach. That is true, and yet it misses the point. There is actually only one constitution of Hawaii, and that was enunciated by Kamehameha. And in essence, he said on his deathbed that my constitution, Pono, is not ended. And he charged the people, be undeterred to seek Pono. And you may be familiar with the Hawaii motto, Ua mau ke ea o ka aina I ka pono, that the life of the land is preserved in Pono, is preserved in righteousness. That is a fundamental constitution. The other documents using new technology of literacy in 1839, the first written constitution, is an explanation of what Pono is given the new circumstances. New people coming in, new economics, new technology. Then, as the years change, another written constitution. These were not separate constitutions, they were expressions or attempts to express what Pono is. That is the basis of the Hawaii nation. But when you have foreign writers who are engaged in this new technology, and they are able to rewrite it without the real deep understanding of what we call constitution. In the Hawaiian language, we say peheko piko, the piko, the center of you. How is the center of you? That is, what is your constitution? We're not asking for your birth certificate. We're not asking for your social security card. What is the foundation of who you are? That is what a constitution is. But at times we become so practiced in the law or in the English language that we lose sight of really what it is meant to be. And we end up trying to define it using a different culture. Maybe we need to look back into our culture and examine ourselves. And this is part of the process of decolonization as well. To take this American mask off of our flesh to see who we really are. Process of decolonization.
Well said. We face the same thing as Californians, actually.
Matt, you had-
Yes, you spoke of the fear of freedom. This has always been a problem for our indigenous people, this fear of freedom, right from the get. When they were emancipated, released from serfdom by the Mexican federal government, a lot of them stayed on the missions. Even when they were offered back the mission lands, too many of them wanted to stay as what they call acolytes or neophytes or something like that on the missions. So they had a huge